Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kasa Podcast. This is the 100th episode of our wonderful podcast. It's This thing has been going on for a minute. Today, we're super excited. In this episode, we promise we're going to keep it 100. I I didn't get any background. I didn't get anybody in the studio. I'm just here by myself to keep it 100. I know you guys are tired of that introduction, but if nobody's going to join me, then welcome. Help me welcome into the studio Song Nag Efia and myself.
Nepali
Guys,
Cobra
Nag, that is the best introduction I have ever seen. Nag, what introduction was that?
is Cobra.
It's
Haven't you heard
Cobra.
that song? Cobra.
I have not heard the song.
They,
Nag,
in
it's been
English,
a
they call
minute.
it. He sang it in Tree. So
Uh-huh.
let me sing it in English.
Okay.
Some people like Cobra.
Okay.
Some
Oh
people
my
like Cobra.
goodness gracious
Some people
God.
like
People like Cobra.
Uh-huh.
My goodness gracious God.
He will. No, let me drop it here.
Efia, how
You
you
will take
doing?
I really was not expecting that. Nah.
When some people are like Cobras,
Wow.
you have to let them know. You
Wow.
have to let them know.
Why?
Wow.
How are you doing? How are you
I'm
doing?
good. I'm good.
Uncle Tao. Uncle Tao, welcome back. It's episode 100. Can you believe it?
Thank you, man. Thank you.
They,
Thank
they,
you.
didn't- they didn't get the punches because Song was quickly doing his Cobra thingy. But you can give us the
Oh my
punches
God.
again because, man, it's been a minute. There we go. There we go. There we go. There
Also,
we
me
go.
uppercuts. Uppercut.
Guys, well, before we dive in, before we keep it 100, today on the show, we're just going to keep it all out. We're going to put everything on the table. 100 episodes it's been a journey. But before we get into that, how was your week? What have you guys been up to? It's been so long since we came in here, so you guys have to catch me up. Nag, how was your week?
Guess something. I
Mhm.
started gym yesterday back.
Okay.
The day before yesterday.
Okay.
And
Okay.
my tummy is paining me, stomach training. Charlie, it's not easy.
I can see.
I
Are
feel
you trying to
pain.
get abs or what? What are you
No.
trying to get?
My belly is becoming big. I
Okay.
eat
Yeah, after the training, he eats five balls
no,
of
no,
cake.
no, no.
And then
I
he will
eat
mash 4.
No, I eat once a day, every day. Ever since I eat once a day, but I'm continuing to become big, and I don't understand.
And so
You
you
understand?
decided to
So
hit the gym.
yes, I went
that-
to a checkup. When you are working, they will give you some hospital to go and do checkups and they
Yes.
test your blood and everything. Everything is all right. But when they are doing me physical checkup, like they will touch your body. So as soon as I remove my top,
Mhm.
the nurse saw my belly, and she was like, "Wow, I need to hit gym."
That's what the nurse said.
Yeah, I need to hit gym because
Interesting prescription.
I should do cardio and the rest. So I'm on it.
Yeah, that nurse will not want to see this one right here.
Yeah.
She does not want to see this one right here. Horrible.
I like the fact that something that happened. I mean, it could have gone several ways. If I'd gone to the doctor and in a physical right, nurse said that, people would react to it differently. Like people would get very sad and go and eat some ice cream and keep putting on weight. But Nag took a more healthy and positive approach, right? Yeah, I'm not going to let this happen again. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to. It's nice. It's beautiful
Yeah,
to see.
and they write a subscription under the. When you go to a doctor, they will write your
Prescription.
the like your health, everything, and they will write how to maintain it. And they will write the things that they see about you are you have to. I mean,
Work on it.
check. So as soon as he saw my belly, he said, "Oh no, my belly is becoming big, so I should do cardio." And he write everything there. So I'm on
Nice.
it. And
I'm glad you have a team of health professionals who have your
Yes.
interest at heart. Hopefully the gym would help.
Well,
Tao, you had something
Kojo,
more to add.
Right. There's this medicine that I think Elon Musk tweeted over the week. I don't know. I forgot the name of it, but apparently it's helping people lose weight, and Walmart don't like it. So I know.
Interesting. And we'll probably have to dive into the news some, but I don't know if Elon Musk will be tweeting drugs out there because people actually take the words they say seriously.
Well, he did.
Probably go and abuse it. So, interesting.
Yep. Hopefully, Elon Musk drugs will be like you'll be like a robot. He'll be controlling you like something. The way he's building machine. Imagine if you go and take the drug.
I don't think he's developed it, but I can get the skepticism. Like, these days people are skeptical about anything, and there's a little bit of healthy skepticism going on, especially about drugs. People are tweeting, and all our influencers are now drug dealers and are all selling some form of tea or something that would make you lose. Let's not be doing that.
Yeah.
Now, how was your week? I know Nag had to hit the gym because of a checkup. How was your week?
Hey, this time is the busiest time for me at work. So it's the busiest time for me at work, and then in December everything just tanks. And I love December because December is mostly I take the whole month off. And so I struggle now and I suffer now, but there's a big payoff.
There's a payoff.
It's a big payoff.
Oh my god, that would be nice.
Payoff. So my whole time right now it's work and family, and so that's all I do. My life is really boring right now.
I don't think it is. How's Duke doing?
Duke is good. The wife had a birthday last Sunday, so a week today. A week today was my wife's birthday, and so we did a little thing at home for her.
Nice.
That kind of led us into the week. But once we get into the week, Monday to Friday, it's work. It's all business for me. That's it.
Well, our belated birthday from us here at the tribe to the missus, and we wish her long life, more grace, and more amazing things, right?
More prosperities.
More what? Nag, I didn't hear what you added. More what?
Prosperities.
Prosperity.
Okay. Prosperity. Yeah. AY, how was your week?
It was good. It was good. Pretty
what did
slow.
You get into?
Oh, nothing serious. Just work. Like, I'm just tired at this point. But there's no way out. And I just have to get through to the end of the year. Unlike some people that have like a whole December off, I don't have that luxury. It's just basically work now.
I know you say you don't have that luxury, but everybody has that luxury. You can always quit your job. You can always walk away.
I can quit my job.
Guess what? The homeless people got all day off. The homeless people got all year off.
There you go.
Christ.
If you want to have the whole year off, Song has told you. Like, I mean, we see them around us all the time. Like, they have no bills, nothing.
Oh my god! There's an easier way. I would look into that, and then I'll consider quitting my job.
Easier way. Would you care to share? Or is it the same trying to land whatever it is again? Yeah, listen, that does not work.
No, there's an easier way.
AY is out here trying to land a billionaire. And she said praying and fasting.
No, that's not easier. That's hard.
Oh, that's hard.
Is hard.
Okay.
A billionaire is hard, but if you get rich, somebody, that's easy. You can quit your job and just stay home.
I see. Let me see what's
planning to. Quit. Oh,
pardon?
You are rich now, so you are planning to quit your job.
No, I wish.
Let me go through some of the comments, man. Episode 100 has started off with a bang. I'm excited already. We haven't even dived into the topics, but Rashid is in the building. He said, "I'm gonna keep it 100 nerdy right now for Efiabu. This is the 30 times 30 plus 3 divided by 10th episode."
Oh my god!
Efia, how many 30s did you see? Efia just saw 30s. She just sees 30s. She doesn't even like math because she can't count above 30. If you're 30 plus, that's out of her wheelhouse. Amanda is saying, this is the reason I love Nag on the show. Amanda, yes,
Oh
this is
yeah.
the reason we all love Nag on the show. He brings so much energy to it. Evelyn is saying Ozempic. There's a documentary on that I saw.
Oh, that's a
Oh
drug.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a podcast on it too. So that's quite a bit.
This is not an approval though. It's not an approval. We're not saying
Yeah,
go
we're
get
not
it.
here. We're not here advertising or marketing anything. We just, we just let that one be. Suntao is a very lucky bleep. You got to take the entire month of December off.
You do not want
Yeah.
to be me right now. You don't want to be me right now.
Yep.
It sucks right now.
People, you see, people only see your payout. They don't see
Oh yeah.
the work that goes in. They only see you when you're on the Champions League stage hoisting the trophy. They don't see all the rainy training sessions you had to endure. Yep. Sontao that emojis.
Who is that?
That's Glenn. That's Glenn, the young man bossing us around on the Fantasy Premier League.
Hey, I'm
He
coming
is
for
the
you,
guy.
man.
Much innocent than his voice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah.
innocent guy, man.
He is innocent. He's a very innocent young man.
Very innocent.
Michael is saying, Coach Joe, long time. Where you good day? Michael, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I've been in transition, right? I've been moving all over the place, right? But I'm back. Hopefully I don't go again. Rashid is saying, Efiabu, don't worry. Those 30 plus days you have till the end of the year will come soon. Or you can try the sugar approach. The Boo Hive can get you that honey.
Oh, you guys should
There's
get me
so
the
much-
honey, please.
there's
You
so
guys
much
should get me
code.
the honey.
There's so
I
much
got a
code on
question.
the show.
Okay.
I got a
Okay,
question.
Okay.
And I need to know when when Rashid started out of the 100 episodes, right? I need to know when he started because I always look forward to his comments. His comments are awesome.
Rashid has been with us since like the early
Maybe that's a question
30s or
for him.
mid 30s. Yeah,
Season
Rashid,
be a
two.
let us
question.
know
That
when
should
you
be-
joined.
That should be
But
season two.
season 2. So from the mid 30s or early 30s, he's
Yeah.
been
That
with
should
us.
probably be a
and
question for everyone listening. When we're in 100, right?
That's
Mark yourself
wonderful.
out of 100. Give yourself a percentage. If you have been watching since the 30s, you're probably 70% right now. So
Mhm.
That's
give yourself
crazy.
Yeah.
give yourself a percentage and let's know.
That is dope. That is a dope idea. Let's do that right now. So if you're watching the live stream and you're on here, you've watched a couple of episodes. One, just let us know how many episodes you've watched and how many, like, when you started. When did you join the tribe? Because it's funny, but 100 episodes mean it's been a long time, and I know there are a lot of
Yeah.
OGs in the building.
100%.
I know the people who joined from season 1, but just let us know which season, which episode, and how many episodes have you listened to. Rashid is going to give a high number. I know Michael has always been here too from the start. He missed a couple of episodes, but he's been here. I bind Cratchy in the building. Shout out to Rashid, my guy. What's up? What's up?
Let's go.
Tao that it's been a long time. Tao. Michael is saying, hey.
I buy Cratchy a day.
I bind Cratchy skipping 100. Let's skip it 100. That's a very wonderful way to start the show, guys. If you're here, if you're watching the repeat, just go to the comment section. Let us know how many Kasa episodes you've listened to. Let us know when you joined. Let us know when you became part of the tribe. I know the OG. If your boy has been here since episode 1. She's one of the few people. Actually, she's the only one in the studio with me right now who has been here since episode 1. Nag came in since episode 31. Can you guys imagine?
Oh,
Nag has been here for so long. Tao, when did you join? When did you join?
I'm a baby, bro. I'm a baby.
That means you need
I'm
to
a
you need to
baby.
get some episodes on Nago. You have to gain.
Yeah. Oh
have to-
yeah, I know.
The next
I know,
100
I'm a
is just
baby.
yours. You have to be
Yeah,
here
I'm a-
every episode for the
yeah.
next 100.
I'm almost as old as Duke right now.
There you go. Yep. And as many times as you've been on the show, you've not had a show dedicated to you. Duke already has one dedicated to him.
I
So
know, right?
he's beating you at something. He's beating you
What
at
a
something.
lucky chap.
And I know we've celebrated a lot of birthdays in the show, right? I know I remember Amanda's birthday. I remember a couple of birthdays. If you've had a birthday while we've been live on the Kasa podcast, let us know when. Just let us know in the comment section when your birthday was and if we did dedicate it to you. Because I know we have to start dedicating some of the shows wholly to people. One of them would be for Efiabu and her boo hive. We'll just let them come in here and just
Oh
take it
yeah, we
away.
should.
I know
We
Rashid would
need
love to
that.
be on.
We need that, please.
But let's talk about the journey. We've just talked about it. Let's keep it 100. How has it been? Let me go to the OG, the one who's been here since episode
Oh,
one. Can you
I
imagine we're on
I can't
100?
even imagine. Like, it feels like it was just yesterday that we put a mic on a table, sat around a round table, and then just had conversations. And now it's like it's grown so huge. I can't believe it. Like, honestly, it's nice. It's nice to look back now that I
Yeah,
think about it.
yeah.
It's really interesting. It's just something that you thought, we're just having fun. Let's just have conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And then the number of people that have passed through, it's been great, honestly.
I
It
listened to
has
the
been
first
good.
episode before the show today, and I could
Okay.
hear. I could. I mean, I mean, it wasn't a video, right? So you
Mhm.
could
Yeah.
just hear. You could just hear. The sound. Were you guys using what kind of equipments were you guys using? Because I could hear even like
Oh
the table
boy.
banging, right?
Oh
You could
boy.
hear the table banging. Now I can
Oh
do this. You
boy.
guys can hear it. But
Got,
like I
got,
could hear table banging. I could hear people probably, people chewing a little bit, people drinking, right? It's a
well,
huge improvement
let,
from
let's keep
the
let's keep
first
it
It,
episode.
100. Let's keep it 100. So
it
this is how the show starts. We've talked about it on one of the episodes, but for those of you who were not there,
They started with cassette.
yes, the first episode definitely wasn't live streamed. It wasn't a video. We were
Mm-mm.
sitting around the table. I think it was in Neko's house. I think
No,
it was Chris's
it
house, right?
was my house.
The
It
first
was in
episode
February. It was in February.
was it at your place?
Yes.
The very first episode we
The
recorded?
very, very first episode was at my place.
Oh, I think. Oh, really? I thought it
Yes.
was the second episode
It
that was
was
at your.
I was at my end, Bedina with Faustina with
Mhm.
Echo Chris.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. And you asked what equipment were we using? We're using some cheap mics. So this show starts this way. We
At least it was a
decide
mic. I thought it was a phone.
we decide we're going to do a show, right? I go to visit AY Dems, right? So we're just having a conversation. I'm like, guys, this will make a good podcast. Let's just record. And they're like, yeah, it will make a good podcast. So I leave and I go on Amazon and I find the cheapest mic I can find.
And mind you guys, it wasn't supposed to be serious. It was like, oh yeah, and then everybody go their way. You know that kind of conversation you have, and you expect that it's not really going anywhere. So we're
The-
like, oh yeah, we can have a podcast, right? We can do something.
Well, you were not taking it serious. When the
I
big man bought a mic, you should have known that's
he
serious
got a
right
No,
now.
clearly they didn't take me serious. They
Yeah,
just thought I
they
was
took
going to
you
be
serious.
like, oh, we're going to start a podcast and go to bed. So
Dude
I
went to the store and bought a mic,
oh yeah, I
and you
went
thought it
got a
wasn't
mic.
serious.
And then I pull up, and then it's like they're not even ready for it. I'm like, yeah, we're going. And funny enough, I didn't know anything about recording a podcast. I didn't know anything
Editing.
about editing a podcast. I didn't know anything about hosting the podcast on a platform. I just did nothing. We
Nothing.
just recorded.
Let me big you up here now, you guys. When they first invited me to the show, I thought, oh, it's just gonna be a Zoom thing. We just dude, the production that's going on in the background, you guys don't even see it. That's a lot going on. So going from there to now, bro, I big you up, man. That's a lot of work. That's a lot going on in the background, and it's a lot. Good job.
I mean, we can't take the credit. I certainly cannot. We've learned a lot along the line, like as we've been going around. Like we've made a lot of mistakes, but it's the audience for me. It's the people who listened. I can't tell you how many times like this show only exists because of the listeners. Some listeners like Prime. Like I can never tell the Kasa story without mentioning Prime. Like there were times we just didn't want to record. Like we're just tired. We're just like and in the live stream, I can see the people watching live, people are commenting. So there's some relationship with the audience. Back then, where you just record and upload, you don't know if anybody is listening. And so it's only when they reach out and it's like, hey, why are you guys not here? Why is there not a new episode? That you realize, oh, there are people listening and there are people who really want us to actually put out material. And so it was one of those things where the audience saved the podcast as much as the ups and downs saved us, right? Everybody played a big part in making sure this happened. And so we can't take the credit alone.
Nope.
Yeah, I remember when you were telling me the Prime story. I was like, wow, that's some dedication right there.
Yeah.
Primer will listen and come up with feedback. So You guys can do your sound properly. You guys should do this. You can do.
Yep.
You come up with a lot.
Yep.
I'm like, this is supposed to be. This is
Interesting.
supposed to be a regular podcast, like just to have fun with
Mm-hmm.
friends,
Mm-hmm.
right? It shouldn't be this. Like, no, you guys can do something about this. You guys can do this. I was like, oh my god.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Absolutely.
That's
He
good.
he he saved the podcast on so many occasions. I can't tell you guys enough. And not just him. Amanda was also one of the people who would, when you don't even this week, can you imagine? This is why we love the community, right? That's why I love the tribe. This week she texted me and she's like, "Hey, it's been a minute. I've not heard anything from the tribe. When is the next episode coming?" You have Courage and a couple of other people reach out. My brother would be like, "Hey, when is the next episode?" So once you know that, oh, there are people out there waiting for the material, it's like it gives you that energy to come back into the studio and do
All right.
this.
All right.
It really does. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. You're the reason we do this. Nag,
Yeah.
you came in on the very first episode we live streamed. We had been
Yeah.
doing the whole minus live stream thing for a while. Then
Yeah.
you came in first day. Talk to us. Talk to us. How did it feel for you? And how?
Oh, the day. I think the next day was the day that we were doing the workout. Oh, and I went.
Yes. I think it was around the African Cup. That's when you came and talked about Android Are You and
You guys laughed at me when I was trending, and
that was one of the.
Oh wait, that was
sound
last
bites.
year though, right?
Yeah, that was
Was
last
Yeah,
January.
that was last January.
That was
No,
last
was it
January.
Oh
January?
wow.
Yeah, it was the first episode was in January.
Okay,
That was the
that's
first
January
live
to me.
stream.
Okay.
We started New Year around the New Year, and that's where we did New Year, New Me, New Goals, and all
because
that fun stuff.
because I have a little knowledge about sports, and they put
Mm.
me on the spot. Bass. I know nothing
Technical
about sports.
coach.
They told me to talk something about sports. That's
Mm.
bass, bass.
Okay. And they
So
put you on the spot, and then you spoke about Android Are You and the Black
You
Stars.
spoke about sports.
they laugh at me, but I have fun, and
Mhm.
it was good. It was good. Yeah.
Would you have imagined? Personally, I can admit I didn't imagine us doing 70 more of those, like 70 more live streams.
I thought you guys would you will break along the way, because when you starting a YouTube 10 podcast and everything, Charlie, if you don't have any courage, you can't even streaming on your StreamYard. It costs, and you understand me.
Mhm.
So now that you guys we are in episode 100, and this episode is 101.
Appreciate that.
Forward never, backwards never. And now forward ever, backwards never.
Backwards never.
However you say it, at this point now, we're gonna have to accept it however you say it. But yeah, it's so true. There've been a lot of challenges along the line. AY would be privy. I mean, developing the website, getting the merch. Oh my gosh, getting the merch. We really have to give away some merch as the show goes on. I know I can see some people on here who have the merch. I know some people have the Kasa merch. Some don't. We really have to fix that. I don't think Song even has his copy, his merch yet. Song, we have to fix
I
that.
don't think so.
I don't have one.
We have to sort that out. And I don't think Nag has his merch yet. Nag, do you have your Kasa merch?
No.
So those are the two things we have to. And please don't forget to drop a like on the video and hit that.
I want
a shirt.
A shirt.
Nag, what you were demonstrating
a earring.
Like a shirt.
Nag needs to design something for us. Isn't you are the CEO of Nagwear?
I want the Kasa Podcast.
Yeah.
To be
you are the CEO of Nagwear. At least design something for us.
Nag, should.
There you go. You talked yourself into a design contract. Now the tribe wants you to design something for us, right?
African shirts, or
it could be some nice African print. If you get some hoodies and you throw in some nice African print, I definitely will wear it to the show.
You got me, bro. You got me.
No.
I
It's the
got
other way around, man. It's the other way. I ain't got you, bro. I ain't got you. You got me. You got me.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Good. Let's go through some of the comments and then we'll continue on this journey, man. Emmanuel is saying 100. Guys, congratulations. Thank you, Emmanuel.
Thank you.
Emmanuel has been one of our day ones. I'd share something. So Emmanuel, whenever we started, remember
I
we
don't
would
remember
record.
Emmanuel. Who is Emmanuel?
Emmanuel is one of my friends. He listens to the show and he
it.
would
Looks like it's
listen
on
to it.
Facebook.
Yes.
Mm.
He would listen to it on his drive to work and he would say, "Man, the mics are terrible. You guys have to fix the audio." Because whenever we would record and would play on the computer, and even when you play on your phone, it
Mhm.
sounds cleaner than when you played in the car. And so he really gave us some feedback that made us improve the sound. And we almost forgot it was a podcast, right? But yeah, he's one of the people who has been with us from day one. Man, thank you so
Oh,
much,
Yeah, big
Emmanuel.
up, big
Thank you
up, big
Nice,
so
up,
much.
nice.
big up.
Rashid is saying 100 episodes represent levels of consistency, perseverance, commitment, investments, etc. And
Bro,
you
Oh
need
fool.
boy,
to celebrate it for sure. Rashid,
yeah.
we
we
should let
we
Nag read that comment.
Hey, my eyes can't see. I have to put on my glasses.
Rashid, yes,
Now I missed
the
his
the
glasses.
the levels of consistency, perseverance, commitment, and investment, but none of that would happen without you and your wonderful people who've been listening. Like we consistently show up because you're consistently here to cheer on if you're a boy, and you know the Boo Hive thrives, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Rashid is
Rashid is
he's
my
special to the show.
currently Rashid is my favorite 30
And
one
Koje,
of
let me
my
bring
favorite
up
30 plus.
Efia
Mm.
Eboa has been
Mhm,
like this, back to back,
mhm.
back to back, back to back, back to back. Big up Efia.
If probably don't need a shout out because she's part of the team, right? And so
That's the
I mean,
She
thing.
does need a
yeah,
shout out. No,
I
she
don't
I'm
really
part
she
of
I
the
just
don't really
need a
think she
team.
needs
shout
one.
out.
No,
No. Like,
she
let
need
me
it.
tell you,
She
guys.
need
Let
it
me tell you something,
because
guys.
because
So,
some people might be in the team, but
mhm.
as it goes, no, like let me.
Nah,
Don't know how to
Rashid,
put.
song. Now you see why. So let me. She mentioned that we started in her apartment. There were a couple of people on here, and we love and appreciate all those people who were with us during the journey. And the truth
She's a
is,
founding
they're,
member.
they're just on a little short term break. All of them are going to be dragged
Yes,
back, but the thing is, it gets hard, and 100 episodes is just tough, right? It gets to like after 20. A lot of people will be like, "Yeah, I'm tired. Oh, I need a break." And she's been here consistently. Like I can't tell you how many times she's been like, "I need a break," and I'm like, "Yeah, you get 2 seconds, and then you're back in."
But now I'll be going on a break. Now I think
Yeah, you are
I've
getting like
really
one episode and you're coming back. But yeah,
no.
she's always been here. The consistency, like the things, the times and probably we're just keeping it 100. So I'm just going to tell you guys a lot of. Sometimes I'll call her in the middle of the week or maybe at the end of the week. I'm like, "Hey, why are we doing the show?" She's like, "Yeah, what's the topic?" "Oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out." And that has been us since the beginning. Like we don't know, and we're always figuring it out. When I need, like, she's when we do extra meetings for the podcast, like
yeah,
website,
Yeah.
everything. She's everywhere. Like Casa wouldn't exist if it wasn't for her. So
That
then
is
we
not
definitely
true.
have to give her a
Casa
five
Wada.
star shout out,
That's true.
like a
That's true.
5 star shout out.
I
Like
think you're
she,
leaving yourself out if you
uh,
say this because he will be the one to call me. I don't call him to be like
no,
there
but
was happening to the show. And then
But
getting people together, getting the stream together, writing everything. I think the production team, everyone that has passed through the show before, it's a big commitment. Trust me, because you
yes,
come a couple of minutes before the show just to prep. We call you on the phone to prep your equipment, how you look. Okay, you look good. It's enough. It's sort of every little
yes,
input anyone did,
it
it's a
is,
big
it
commitment.
is.
Like if you see the show looking nice, it's a lot of things going to
There's
it.
quite a bit going on in the background.
Yeah, and
A
you
lot of
if you've never been like ever watch people do simple productions, you think this is it. This is hard. This small thing.
I know
Look
it's
at how we
tough.
have to
so
put
can I
this
ask this?
together.
What are the some of the challenges?
what are
If
some of the challenges?
yeah,
AY,
I
answer
think
the
that.
I
biggest
think
challenge
the
that
challenge usually
AY
is
is to you. The challenge, the biggest challenge make you like no. this can be possible?
So it's the motivation. It's
Mm.
not the motivation to come and be on the podcast, right?
Mhm.
After a while, it's like you want to see results from your investment, your
Mhm.
inputs.
Mhm.
So it's more
Mhm.
like you want to get people to subscribe, you get
Mhm.
people to give you feedback, and
Mm.
get people to listen,
Mhm.
right? Even though it started like, let's just have fun.
Mhm.
Now you realize that you're putting in more work, and then you want a certain feedback.
Mhm.
And it's after you do it for a while that you realize that it takes a lot, like a long time. You realize people have done podcasts for 10 years, they're still on it. So it's something that you have to be dedicated, and you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
Like that is really a challenge. Like you really have to put in the work to see something,
Mm.
especially if you want it to grow organically. Like you have to
Mm.
put in a lot of work, and that is a challenge. And always getting content, like getting something to talk about.
I have a
You
question
moved.
for.
I think. Hold on. I
Mhm.
think you moved to a lean background. You used to have, shoes in the background. I used to
Oh
take.
yeah.
I used, yeah, I used to take notes of that on what to get my wife on her birthday and stuff. So maybe you should bring it back. Maybe you should bring it back.
Well,
You
AY,
should.
there you
Your wife
go.
froze up.
AY, there you go.
I
I
don't
don't
know if
know.
she froze up
She's just
or
super excited about that, and she's just like, I am just gonna stay like this for the rest of the show. But yeah, talking about some of the challenging parts of the whole production. Nag, AY
Yeah.
talked about content, right? And
Mhm.
finding material to discuss. Like now we sit here and we're like, oh, episode 100, and I'm like, how did we get 99 topics to discuss since the beginning, right?
Mhm.
And dealing with feedback and trying to grow. uh there's this thing about this show, right? And about most podcasts is it's growth, right? You want to grow, you want to move from one level to another. One of the biggest compliments we've had today is Song saying, hey, I listened to the first episode and it was that bad. And we're growing, and hopefully, we're not where we used to be. But getting there is not easy. It's not like from point A to point B came quickly, right?
Mhm.
We're trying and failing. I don't know how many mics I bought before I found a good mic. I don't know how many subscription services I had to use before I found one that works. I don't know how many, even editors, working with people who edit the show, who would edit the videos, who would edit who create the thumbnails. Like recently, we've been blessed with Song, and he's been doing an amazing job with the thumbnails. But yeah, it can be tricky, it can be very challenging, and navigating the space, uh, it was challenging. But hey, we kept pushing, right? We kept grinding, and look at us now. Efia Yeboah was so happy about her shoes song. She's going to bring it
oh
back.
yeah,
Let me get through some of the
I
comments, and
can't
maybe
wait.
we talk about a few more things, right? Wait, mistakes? That's what Rashid is saying. Please give us an example. I cannot identify any. Oh, song. Rashid, let me let you into a bit of the, and sometimes it's the beauty when people don't see it in production, then that's
Yeah,
good.
I was
But
about to say.
we do make a lot of mistakes. We do. I mean, we try. And you've been, Rashid, you've been on. But back in the day, song, we'd used to record. We'd record about 2 hours of material, right? And I spent like Monday to Thursday editing it out, cleaning it out. Like you see the audio that you said, hey, it's bad. That was me cleaning it up, enriching it, artificially trying to make it sound a little better. And I do all that. And then I post it on Thursday. And then I listen to the first 5 minutes and I'm like, oh no, it's terrible. There was one episode, there was one day, we went to the show, we sat down, we recorded an hour and a half of material. And then when we're done and I'm saving, I realized I didn't push the start button. So we had been there talking and yelling and having fun, and then we didn't even record. So we just
Oh,
Ah,
went, had lunch, and then came back and
oh,
did the show again. There's times we recorded episodes I couldn't upload because the audio was so bad, even after enriching it. And so it's not been, we've made a ton of
and
mistakes
and
along the line, Rashid.
Kojo is normal.
Mm-hmm.
I used to
Mm-hmm.
listen to a lot of podcasts, and If you will make me, mention the one that I watched and recently. If you want me to mention the name, then I can tell
Yeah,
you.
one free
It
ad.
was even it was live on Onia TV.
Okay.
Onia TV when Nanama was, making a show. Onia show time.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? The noise was glitching, the network was bad, everything. You understand me? So
Mm-hmm.
mistakes will come along the way. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, it's normal. It's normal. Even Sammy Flex,
Mm-hmm.
I used to listen to him
Mm-hmm.
entertainment show. You
Mm-hmm.
understand me? So I used to listen to him. You'll be hearing like rain is falling and those things, like the noise, everything
Yeah,
is changing, you understand me? So those
appreciate
things,
Yeah,
that.
I think you need to give yourself some credit. There's a lot
yeah,
of people. I mean, looking at how I think you think maybe you've done 100. You still, you know, you're still very young. It's 100
Oh
shows.
yeah.
It's not even a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
And looking at
Oh
your
yeah.
production, I myself looking at, I love production. I do production for church, and so when I
Mm-hmm.
see in the background the effort you put in, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things we as rookies when we come on, the mistakes that we do that you quickly
Mm-hmm.
take off, like you
Mm-hmm.
quickly make it better.
Mm-hmm.
You're great, man. I think you will do a lot better.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. Let's. Michael said he joined around the same time Prime was encouraging us, and Michael has been
Nice.
one of those people who's also been very helpful. Man,
Yep.
he would host the shows, the spaces. He would come in. Man, the feedback Kwame has given. He's always on here. Sometimes he's just um you know messing with Quincy, messing with Ifya. He just gives us life when we sit here and do what we do. And so yeah, everybody has played a part, man. Rashid is
and
saying the
Prime,
cool
Prime
thing.
number one.
So,
Prime will never discourage you. Prime
yeah. Yep.
number one.
And,
Yeah,
and, and it's so funny. Life always comes full circle. Again,
yeah.
keeping it 100. The only reason I enjoyed Twitter Spaces was because of Prime and Nag. My very first night joining a space, I joined Nag's space. He was doing his thing. They were having a wonderful conversation about experiences, and Nag was. I'm like, man, this guy is just. And so I kept going every night, just hanging with Nag, and we had a friendship even before we started this whole podcast thing. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like you've been wonderful, right? They kept it going, and you meet people in a very
Sure.
informal setting, and you never know that they're going to take you from episode 30 to episode 100. Like Amanda said earlier in the show, like every time Naga's been on, there's been some spice, there's been some love, there's been, like, you bring so much to the show. So yeah, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. He said so. Nag joined on the 31st episode and came back to the 100th episode. Wow. Michael, that's what Michael is saying.
I'm very, very bad, eh?
Amanda is
So
saying
so everyone is talking about Prime. Are we gonna see Prime on the show or what?
he's been on the show and he will be back. He's been on the show. There's an
What
episode
episode
with
was that?
Prime. I think it was
Eh?
one of the
It was
early live stream ones.
it was investment episode. I
Yeah,
forgot.
we're talking about investments, and so yeah, it was
Something
called
like
Prime
that.
Time. That's the title of that
Prime
episode.
time, yes,
Prime
prime
Time.
All
time.
right.
And
Yeah,
he
I gotta
talked
go look
about,
it up then.
yeah, I think it's 30, 34, 35, maybe right early on in the 30s. Yeah, Prime was here, and he has to be here. He told us he was going on a break because he was moving, and he's moved. It's almost a year since he moved, so
Yeah, he's been
I think his
moving.
break is over.
Yeah,
Amanda
he's
is in.
nomadic.
So I have a request. If
Mhm.
only you would do it for me.
Mhm.
I want Prime. Nana Ofori.
Mhm.
Tao. If you're a boy.
We can make that happen. We can definitely make that happen. Yeah, Prime, Nano for Nag. Yeah, that would be a good episode to put together. Amanda is saying, I also looked forward to seeing Efia Boa give us some new looks every week. That is an integral part of the show. Those of you who have missed, you can just go and watch all the episodes because Efia is always serving. She's always serving some heat. She's always serving. She's always looking stunningly gorgeous. And she decided to take it up a notch for episode 100. I love that short hair though. Short hair looks good on
Thank
Efia.
you.
What
Really?
doesn't?
You look like
We
a
like her
Richard.
afro. We like, you've given us so many styles over the years. And Amanda, since
Random.
you brought this up, please let us know which of her looks was your favorite? Let us know in the comment section. Which of your boy's
Yeah,
looks was your favorite?
honestly, I want to know
Song
too.
talked about your background and the shoes, and it's like, yeah,
Right.
people
And then
did
she
look
lost,
forward
and
to
then she
that.
lost internet.
Oh yeah, you were asking a question, so
Mhm.
I'm sorry, my internet is not good today. But if you could get back to that.
Okay, let's read a few and then we'll probably come back to your shoes because they
Oh,
are
that
the
was
missing
it.
spice. All right, Courage is saying, "Wow, 100. That's nice. Good job, guys. Proud of you. Thank you so much, Courage. Like we wouldn't have been here without Courage. He's the guy who helped us design the website.
Yep.
If I tell you how many meetings we had to do with this guy to get this thing moving, and man, Courage, thank you so much. And he's one of the people who would also check up and reach out and let you know, like." uh, I, as much as I enjoy doing this, I enjoy the relationships I've built because of this. Like, Courage reached out even this week and said, "Hey, when are you guys coming back?" Like, there are people who are always going to check and be like, "Hey, like, let's keep this baby going." And so, yeah, Courage, where we got to 100 because of wonderful people like you, just encouraging us. Courage really encouraged us. So, Nag, I'm
Ah,
trying to be like you.
Bass.
Nag, Spanish is allowed. Nag, apparently, you have to tell us something in Spanish. Nag, in Spanish, what was the most challenging part of this podcast for you?
Oh boy, let me take my headphones out.
Este podcast.
Mm-hmm. Ese podcast
A mí, a, mí-
muy, muy difícil.
a mí no me gusta, a mí no
Uh-huh.
me gusta,
Uh-huh.
porque hay que yo hablar la idioma, yo
Uh-huh.
prefiero, ¿entiendes? Siempre
Come on for that.
Sí.
Come on for that.
tú simple, así,
Eh.
habla inglés.
No,
habla inglés.
habla español. Habla español.
No.
Finito.
I just want to
Español.
tell you that I want to speak the language that I prefer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, so
And
speak
you
Spanish.
are always, yeah, that's what I speak.
Say it in Spanish. Keep going. Don't let them stop you. You're free to speak Spanish on the show.
Yo quiero para hablar mi idioma.
Mm-hmm.
¿Entiendes? Entonces, si
Entonces, ¿qué?
yo que nada, habla chi.
No habla chi on this podcast. Habla Español or English. That's it.
Kojo, I turned on my translator. My translator says it can't.
It cannot be
Basically,
translated.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
the Spanish
it's
Nag
stuck.
speaks is like high grade, so it's not for translators and all that stuff. Like we're not doing that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. Let me go through some more of these comments. Where did I get to? So if I'm not your favorite, I see. Rashid. Hey, Michael. Michael is asking if he's not Ifya would have to come and explain. Guys, I couldn't mix the 100th episode. What am I doing? Suleiman Brasule is saying I couldn't miss the 100th episode.
Oh, that's Brasule, huh?
That's Brasule.
Ooh.
Wonderful young man.
Big man.
Wonderful young man. I had a wonderful time when I went to Ghana. We hang out. He's a great person. He is the good person's good person. And so yeah, wonderful. And he's been supportive. He tried to win the fantasy league last year, but we wouldn't let him, would we? Because we don't do that. Ifyabu, this is why I am sure you will find that billionaire. You deserve soft life for sure. I don't know about what Ifya has done to deserve this soft life, but if you guys are dishing out soft life, my life can be softer too.
Rashid, you might have to turn to a billionaire and sponsor her life.
Listen,
right now, that's the only.
Rashid is saying, let us not forget Quizzy Frost. How could we? Please, that would be cool. We cannot forget the Frosty Man. The Frosty Man is oh my gosh. I can go on and on and on about what the Frosty Man brought to this podcast, but time will fail us just to talk about Quincy Frost and the wonderful things he brought to the show.
Oh, that would be cool. I think that's a bar.
That's the bar, man. It's Frosty. It will be Frosty to forget him. But yeah, Quincy
said that would be cool.
He took us to a whole new level.
Could you please? I'm not about to miss the good observation and contribution that Rashid just gave. She said, "This is why you deserve a
And so
billionaire for
moving on,
sure.
Oh my god.
and so
You
moving
deserve."
on,
Yeah, moving on.
Glenn is saying froze at just the right moment. Yeah, if you're a boy froze just at the right moment, she's going to look for a billionaire. Shout out to all you amazing panelists who have been here all this while. I know, I know.
Thank you.
Time will fail me to mention the names. Nanekia,
Oh
Nanofuri,
yeah,
Benzi,
oh yeah.
Benzi,
Benzi, Onya Benzi
Benzi.
was on
I
here
think I, s-
there
I think I started watching when Benzi
on that episode.
joined. Yeah, I think
Benzi,
so.
Nanofori, and Nanikia, we
Yes.
were talking about the gym etiquettes and diet and the wonderful things. And Nana gave us a lesson. He said,
I know for his words.
in some places, in some homes, right, there are only two things involved. Those of you who don't know, you should. I'm getting a lot of Apple
I don't know.
included balloons and everything, guys. If you're looking, if you're watching, I am not putting this on. Like I do that, and it gives me some things. But yeah, Nano for you was on here. He gave us so many Nanatious codes. We've had amazing people pass in. Oh, if you're a boy, the word organic. You mean real numbers, no fake numbers. Keeping 100, that's just the icing on the cake, and that's probably a testament to how we've wanted the show to grow. We've wanted it to grow with real people, our fan. Like, it's not big. The tribe is not big, but it's a family. We connect. We know, like, I'm talking about all these wonderful heartwarming things the tribe does, because the numbers and may not be as staggering. Like today, Nag was talking to me about numbers. He's like, man, do we get the thousands and the 10,000s? I'm like, nah, not yet. We'll get there. But we're growing as a family. The people who come in here who love it and keep coming back, and that's what we want, right? And so yeah, we're growing. We're growing the podcast organically and keeping it 100. Oh my God, not pushing the start button. Oh yeah, Rashid, we did a whole episode and forgot to push record. And if you're on here and you're liking this, please leave a like on the show. Like if you haven't done that yet, drop the thumbs up, like, and share with your friends. Just it really goes out to help the channel a lot. We would get to a lot more milestones if we keep getting the likes and the retweets and the shares, right? And follow us on social media. Let me drag that banner right there. Let's get all that social media stuff going. Where are the
Or drop
banners?
100 emoji. Drop 100
Yes.
emoji. Show some love for the 100th episode.
That too.
Yep.
Do that.
Yep.
That too.
Just push the start
Where are all the
button. No.
I
No, we
can't find.
recorded a whole show
Yeah.
for an hour and 30 minutes or even two without clicking record.
Kojo can't find the comment.
Yeah, I can't find any of the things, the pre-programmed stuff. So hey, we'll move on since that one is not coming through. Nag, that's true.
We can read it.
Somebody's name said something along those lines. Sometimes when you get it perfect the first time, you have nowhere else to go from there. So just get started. Yes.
Somebody's name.
Yes, that Vusi said that. Nag, he's agreeing with you, and Rashid, if starting from the bottom and rising to the top is what you like, then this is just the podcast for you. Whispering to a fear, Rashid is saying, don't say thank you. You say, and my short hair loves you too.
Oh,
Give some
some
attitude.
attitude. That is something I'll keep. Next time someone gives me a compliment, I'm gonna say that. Yep.
Whenever Nag was speaking his Spanish, they were saying habla habla was too much. The habla was too much. Yeah.
Hey, guys.
That's for Mura. That's for Mura.
Yeah, the agenda.
So who is translating what Nag is saying? The only thing we hear is habla español and
Yeah.
and if I spelt it out, if I spelt whatever the habla thing, which is to speak, habla, right, and it's habla, right, you might not see it when it's written out. So he was just telling us he prefers to speak something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Santao is officially my hype man. He saw
He
the
saw
bar I
the
dropped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw it late.
did
I
see the
saw it late.
freezy. Did see the freezy one. Glenn is giving us
Yeah.
100. Hand wave, pink hand. Oh, Michael.
Pink hand. Mike Kwame,
hand
what's going
pink
on with the pink stuff,
waving
man? What's
motion.
going on with that?
You know, let's do this thing. I promised you guys before we got in the show that during the show we're going to ask you guys, just for the audience. And audience, if you have a question, please let us know. For anyone, we're going to ask every one of you in the studio a question, and you have to answer truthfully. You have to keep it 100. It can be anything. There are no rules to this one. And so we just know. And if you have any question you want someone to answer, please drop
Like
it in
any
the comment section.
question.
Any question. And you have to keep it 100. And so, hey, let's keep that going. And I have my question for Song and Nag. So if you people want me to start, I can. But Amount for Girls president.
Who's
Amount
that?
for Girls president is saying, if you're my love,
Kwame
look no
Chelsea.
further.
Is it Kwame?
Your billionaire is right here. Why did you have to dox him like that? He is
As
Amount
soon as
for
I saw the
Girls
name, I knew it was
president.
gonna be him.
And
Amount
he's
for
saying,
Girls
if
president.
you're my love, look no further. Your
Okay.
billionaire is right here. So
Where?
Kotone
Where is
Pala.
they here? Where is they here?
Kotone Pala.
that's him. So if you're looking for a
Capre.
billionaire, he's telling you that he's got you. He's got you. And as Nagu put it, you've got me. So yeah, questions. Keeping it 100. What do we want to know? If you don't have anything, I have a few for you guys.
Oh, you want us to ask you questions?
Yeah, you can ask anyone. Delali is in the building, guys. Delali is in the building. Delali, I hope you're doing well. You know, we would have to communicate backdoor. But yeah, Delali, it's wonderful to see you here. Yes, any questions? Glenn,
So
any questions for
biggest
anybody?
challenge?
Sorry?
What is your biggest challenge in this podcast?
My biggest challenge is moderating when Nag is here and trying to. No, that I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My biggest challenge it's having that patience to watch the channel grow. AY would have seen my frustration sometimes. I mean, it might not show on here, but
so is there
growth is hard. And watching the podcast grow slowly, it's like watching the grass grow. It's been slow, but we know we're growing, right? We know we're growing.
Do you remember the last time I sent you a podcast? I used to send you a podcast.
Yeah. You sent me the one with Akon too. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this podcast is nice. Like they do it organic, and I was like, no, let me send it to Kojo. Maybe Kojo might learn a little about it. So what did you learn from?
I learned a lot. So with podcasts like that, again, there's a lot, and that's hopefully that's where the podcast grows and gets to where you're having people like Akon drop in. It's beautiful because that's what they're doing. They're professional podcasters. But the questioning and allowing the audience having time for, if it's how we have to really go off and talk, right? Like because on our show we have a couple of people come in and we're bouncing and there's always a topic. But maybe that's one of those things we can do going forward. Bring someone in, listen to their life story, and learn from where they've been. It's going to be something we're definitely going to incorporate in the podcast.
Do you know why I asked you that? When I saw it, I get the scenario that you are making. So I was like, oh, could you? Okay, why don't we make it like this? For example, maybe Tao is here, if you're a boy is here, you ask him question. Maybe Tao, choose between a Nag and if you're a boy. Oh, if you can't, there is a cup there full of water. No, maybe I can't choose. So you will drink. You drink the cup of water. That's what they used to do. Akon and the other rest. Like
oh, really?
Yeah, it was a good podcast. And the other day, Ifya and I stumbled on another one. That's also a big one. It has like 18 million downloads a week. It's a very Charlemagne and the other. Some people have wonderful podcasts, but and AY would testify. I say this a lot. Like, these people have been doing this for 10 years, 15 years. And so there's a lot of growth that happens over the years. We see that and we learn. And thank you for sharing that podcast with me, because I learned so many things we can bring onto the show. And I think especially
go and watch
after episode
Kevin Hart.
The one with Kevin Hart, yeah. After this episode, that's one of those things we're going to do. We tried to do it. I think we have a few episodes like that. We had John Norman come in season 1, and we did one. There was one that Ifya interviewed me, and we went through my life story. I know Nag has a wonderful life story, guys. If you don't know Nag's
My
story,
high school
we
days.
have to do one. Yeah, we have to do an episode where we just talk about Nag.
Let me tell you this one time. I was doing some renovations at home in my basement, and I stumbled upon the space. I think it was night, and I listened to it the whole time, and I even forgot what I was doing, but I kept going. That was good. I remember him talking about his life, his education or high school, from King's College, from primary school, what he did. Oh, those were great. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you do it, right? I don't know how you are so good at and being free about sharing your life story. Someone might probably think, "Oh, I don't really want to share that." They might be a bit shy about it, but you share your life story so well and with some humor with it. It's great. You are such a great person, man.
It was fun. It was one of those things I wish we had recorded, because I interviewed Nag that day and we talked for like 3 hours on the space, and I'm like, boy, I wish it was recorded. And Nag, we're going to have to do stuff like that, and that's going to be some of the things we're going to be doing going forward, right? That's what the tribe should expect. We're going to bring people on here. It could be the people we know, it could be new people, and learn from their life journey, right? It's going to be one of those things, right? Because there's so much to learn, especially with that. Like, I enjoy listening to a story. Like, it's a fun listen, but there's so many lessons in there. Like, he's probably one of the most persistent people I've met. Like, and Nag, that would be, we would save some of the juice for your episode. We really have to do that episode.
That my SSS. Charlie.
Don't tell everyone all that happened. We would have to save some of that. But I have a question for you, Tao. I have a question for you.
What's up?
Between 1 and 50, the next 100 episode of the podcast, how many episodes are you going to be on between 1 and 50? In fact, between 40 and 50.
Well, hold on. The question again.
You have to pick a number between 40 and 50. And that's going to be the number of episodes you're going to be on in the next 100 episodes of the Kasa Podcast.
Oh, my God.
What is
my favorite number is 28. So I don't know how you jump from 40 to 50.
All right. Okay. I'll write it down. And guys, let's write it down. Song is going to be on the next 28 episodes of the Kasa Podcast. The next 28, back to back. We're just doing back
the
to
next
back.
28. Wait,
next
I thought
28.
No. You said a total.
Next 100
I said between 40 and 50. Between 40 and 50. You said 28, which is not between 40 and 50. So I'll grant you that. We're just going to do 28 in a row.
I don't know if I can give you a total, consistent 28 though. I don't know.
But we'll try, right? Listen, if you had asked if she had 100 episodes in there when they started, she'll probably say no. The 28 episodes are going to come one after the other. It's going to be one a week. And so we've got this. I believe in you. Any questions? AY, you have your question.
Maybe the listeners got some questions for us.
Yeah, there's a question for you. Sontao.
Me?
Sontao.
For me?
Now that we're keeping it, what? That is 100% what we're talking about. At least,
I think you jumped the question, man.
Oh, I did.
Go up. I think you jumped. Yeah.
The question. Okay, the question. Name someone, dead or alive, famous, popular, or otherwise, you would love to have on the podcast, and what would be the episode title? That's a wonderful one. That's a wonderful one. Should I go? If I had it my way, right? Who would I want on the podcast, and what would be the episode title?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. I'm going to. I would like to have 3 people on the show at the same time, right? Muhammad Ali.
Oh, wow.
Barack Obama. And Muhammad Ali, Barack Obama, and Lionel Messi.
Now, how would you even say Messi? Messi
And
is
the
not
title,
even good. Why
and
would
the
you
title,
say Messi?
and the title of the episode would be "How Do We Get There?" These three people have very unique stories. Like they're very different. They're
S-
but
Say the
together
people
in the
again.
room, like in a barber
Mention the
shop.
people again.
Muhammad Ali, Barack Obama, and Lionel Messi. If I
Oh
had
my
those
god.
three on a podcast, especially if we have some whatever they drink, whatever their liquor of choice is, and we're having a conversation around how to get there. Right? These people came from very different backgrounds, and they've
Well,
all
Ali probably don't drink, right? I mean, maybe he's an American Muslim,
yeah,
so he drinks,
yeah,
right?
maybe probably he doesn't drink. So water for him. I'm sure Messi wouldn't drink so much too. So yeah, most likely they would all not drink. But it will be fun to have a conversation with these
Um,
people. There will be so much to learn, right?
Hmm.
There's so much about their life story that will make for a
yeah.
great podcast. And then
Yeah.
I'm sure we can
So
get them to
I'm going to get Asamoah.
Samoa Joe.
Asamoah. And what will be the title of the episode? And this
Interest.
might
I don't
actually
find
be-
him. I don't find him interesting at all. I think he's a really good person, but I don't know if he has an interesting personality.
Yeah,
He has an interesting story, I think.
Yeah, he does have an interesting story, but I don't know
how
about
he started the
personality.
football, how
What he got to.
Mm.
tell us.
I would love to. I mean, I would love to have Nkrumah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Kwame Nkrumah.
That's a
Yeah.
good one too.
Hey,
That'll be a wonderful episode.
I've always been fascinated by his ideas. Not that I agree with it, but why was he so passionate about pushing the African idea? Like giving when Ghana had it, right? When Ghana had the independence, it's like it's not complete until everybody got it. And so he started giving money, resources, and even you know a lot of things away just so other countries can have it. He decided to marry another African, not Ghanaian, because you would think he was at that time he was like a darling boy for Ghana. It was gonna be so easy for him to get someone in Ghana, right? But he decided to push the Pan-African idea. Decided to go get married to an Egyptian, right?
yeah.
It's just I need to understand this. And then when he started, why did he decide to align himself with the communist part of the world instead of when you fought so much for democracy and decided to push communism? There's a lot of things I really want to get into. I want to pick his
That's a
brain.
very wonderful one. That's a very wonderful one.
I want to pick his brain.
Yeah, peek behind the curtain and see what was happening. That would be a nice conversation too. AY, who would yours be?
I really have to think, but then I'd want to talk to, not for anything, but talk to Messi.
Effie and copy.
What's going on?
She copies my fantasy team. She copies my guest list. Like, copies
How am I
everything.
copying your fantasy team and I'm leading? Like, how am I above you? How?
Luck. You
That's
continue with your Messi thing. It happens all the time.
That's a big question. Like, how am I copying your fantasy team and I'm ahead of you?
We will in a few minutes. AY,
don't
why
copy
Messi?
you.
Tell us why.
I don't know. I really love his personality. Right? I love his personality.
I don't understand this. Messi literally got zero personality.
That's what you would think. That's what you think when you see him play, right?
That's
like
that's what it is. He has zero.
Nope. Personality is, for me, is how.
What is his personality?
So his thought process, his perseverance, and how he handles things. Like, you would really think.
What did he persevere? He literally had growth hormones, and so he's faster than everybody.
No.
Obviously, he's got the talent. But what else? I don't find Messi fascinating at all.
Messi is just the kind of person. You remember when he retired from his national team because of the backlash, everything after the other. Yes, because they sucked. He just shows his human side of things, and then let me just go back again. I'm gonna do this again. He persevered.
I don't see Messi as a human at all.
You don't see him as human.
I don't see Messi as a human at all.
Perseverance in the sense that he quit and came back.
Yes, he quit and came back. That's what I like. He really
showed.
And for perseverance, for someone who was born, went to La Masia, graduated, played for Barcelona almost his entire career. I mean,
yeah.
Where's he started at the top and he's probably ended in the middle somewhere. Again, no. Again, I would love to talk to Messi, but
Started from the
the
top and then
perseverance bit is what we're challenged. It's a bit challenging,
No,
right?
I don't think that is something you challenge at all.
No,
For
it's a
somebody
bit
that
challenging. I
for
don't see where you talk about his perseverance, right? It's not like he started
so
at a little club
especially no,
somewhere.
no, no, no. For somebody that's his target was the World Cup. He's been there, God, like almost all the time. He's there trying to get there. He fails. People will just say shitty things about
Man,
him. He
we can
hears
talk
it,
about that too.
and the
Sounds like
fact
a
that
script to me. This World Cup was scripted as hell. I don't know, man. I don't find Messi fascinating. I feel like if you got him here, asking him questions, you're gonna get 2 words out of him every single time. Every question you ask him, you're gonna get two
no,
words.
you won't. It's just how you talk to him and how you communicate. Like sometimes I think he's a man of little words, but his action says a lot. His action
Yeah.
really says how he relates to people, especially like his
I just forgot
teammates.
you're a Barca. Yeah, you're a Barca fan, right? That's
No,
it.
I just love Messi.
Yeah, it
I
makes
really
sense.
love him. I love him so much.
Okay,
He's
so
one of
you
those
would
that
love
he
to
has
have
zero
Messi on, and what would
personality.
be the title of the episode?
I don't
0
know.
words.
I
Okay,
zero words. Like some
no,
anything
we
from
can move. We can move. So Rashid, I hope you got answers, and um, Nag did mention Asamoah. Let's see if we can pick up one more question. Mine would be the different protests held in Ghana and the thinking in each of them. Interesting.
Mm.
Interesting.
I mean,
Nag.
that would be what's the yeah asking us or what is it?
So yeah, I think the question is he's asking about the protests being held in Ghana and what we are thinking.
Okay.
That should be nice.
We'll start with Nag. We take everybody's thoughts on it. What do you guys think? There's been a lot of protests recently. Like there have been a couple, right? There was one that went on for a couple of days. It was the Occupy Bank of Ghana and all those things, right? Um, so yeah, Nag, what do you think?
Oh, okay. I think the protest was needless.
All of them.
All the protest is needless.
Okay.
All the protest. The reason why I'm saying it's needless is because the youth are fighting for better. That's the main thing that they are protesting. Fine. After giving them job, they still rob. You understand me? After giving them job,
who jobs?
giving the youth job.
Who gave the youth jobs?
The government.
Apparently,
The government has
probably
employed. No, let me land. Let me land. You get me.
Yeah, I'm
One.
lost, but let's
One.
see if we can
One.
rope
That's
us
when
in.
you're not gonna land.
Listen.
The parachute's gonna jump.
Listen. The youth are searching for. They are searching for better Ghana, and I agree with it. Fine, but after they have gotten a job, some people have gotten job. They still rob the bank. I was in at Kotoka. Let me tell you, I was in Kotoka. Do you know what they did to me?
Mm-mm.
Do you know what they did to me?
No.
I tried to open business in Ghana. Do you know what they did to me?
No.
The government is not opening job. Somebody has money. He is opening the job. And you are there duping the person. You think you are worrying me? How many government works are in abroad?
In abroad or in Ghana?
In abroad, let's say Europe, and how many government jobs are there? Most of them are private jobs. And how do you see them growing? Because of they manage it when they give their job,
lost.
they manage it good.
So this is
I'm
a
not gonna
personal
lie.
sentiment.
I don't understand.
So that's my personal sentiment.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
know,
personal
but
sentiment.
So
what
I
he's saying
don't
is,
get it. We get it's your
what he's saying
personal.
is people got jobs and they're still doing
Fumble.
probably
they are blaming
people.
they are blaming the leaders that they are not doing. The leaders are not doing their job, but they are worse than the leaders. Those over there. So I feel like our president should make it tighter, make it harder.
Oh my God!
At this
for
point,
sure.
we'll go. Nag. I get your sentiment. Clearly, the government, the economy is not hard enough. The harder, the better.
I agree
Song.
with the protest.
Well,
I agree with
okay.
the protest being needless
Mhm.
for a different reason.
Okay, what is your reason?
I think they need to get up out of there. Get out of the country. It's not going to be fixed. You saw my tweets. It's not going to be fixed. They are harvesting the country, and they are basically duping the country for their children and their descendants. Kwejo, I'm telling you, I trust you, but I'm pretty sure if you became a politician or you became a leader, you will do the same thing. I don't trust you doing anything different. The institutions and everything is set up for the politician to be corrupt. Nothing will stop you from being corrupt. It's not going to be fixed. The only way right now is for you to get out and go find something else somewhere else in another country for your family. It's
so
not
the
gonna be
whole
fixed in the
country to leave should leave the country.
Yeah, they should. Why not?
Everybody should leave. When have you ever seen that happen?
If you can't, I don't care. When you can, get out.
Yeah, I know,
When you can't, get out.
but the get out is only for we say it as though it's easy. You can just grab your stuff and get out. It's only for a few people. Like,
if you can, then that's what it is, man.
That's
if you can't,
okay.
if you can't, then push it.
Let's see AY's position on this. AY, what do you think of the protest and everything?
Well, I think it was about time for me, right? The protest is like something that is long overdue because a lot of things have been going on that have been swept under the carpet. That is also because participation of politics among the youth is very low. People just don't want to get involved in politics because it's just too much to deal with. A lot of bullshit. And so when they realize that whether you participate or not, the bullshit is just going to keep going up. They've seen that they have to do something. And to me, the protest is a way of showing concerns and resistance to certain things that is going on in the country. Like saying that there are drugs that are meant for a certain group of people in the country. That a Ministry of Health, no, but then it's being held at a port because they are
when you start talking about these things, right? You can itemize billions of things.
Right? I just feel like this is something they should have done, but the fact that it's late does not mean it shouldn't be supported.
So when does it end, though? When does all these excuses
keeping people accountable is the best thing. And for me, a lot of people think that being participating in politics is just going to vote. That's what I usually thought. Like initially, I felt like, oh, let them do what they have to do, and then we'll just go and vote them out. And then I realized, okay, it's going to be a cycle. Everybody will come.
The elephant in the room is the constitution that we set up in the Fourth Republic. It's crap.
It's crap. It's a process, right?
If we don't fix that, it's useless. Protest.
But then how do you fix it? No,
you can't.
The protest had its reasons. Like they had pointers as to why they were protesting. Now everybody is getting involved. You're seeing how easy people
their own agenda.
That is fine.
The funny part about that is
has a cost
these
and
people
benefit,
think,
right? There's no ideal solution, the ideal situation where it's like everybody has a genuine mind for this protest. Somebody is doing it because they want to be the next president. Somebody is doing it because they want to be the next MP. That's fine. But then there are people on the ground that are not going to participate, that are being impacted by some of these policies and some of the things that are going on. And I feel like when people keep quiet collectively, that is something that has happened over the years. It's going to get worse. It's going to get rotten. Now people are more interested in some of the things that are happening, which is impressive to me. Like I go online and I see people that they will never tweet about politics, talk about some of the things that are seeing, like how did this happen? Now everybody is like it's a collective thing. Someone's like, oh, I can just get to the ministry's website and see some of the data description. I will look at the contracts that are going on. They're looking into the contract. Now it's like, okay, we are seeing the rot. The next step, like Rome is not built in a day. The next step is, okay, the constitution is shitty, like what you're saying. This is something we have to work on. How do we start? Somebody has, Everybody has their motive.
You just
Everybody
can't.
has a reason they are doing something. It doesn't mean we should stop. Nobody can leave the country like that. So
No, the,
my issue with this protest is those
Yeah,
that
yeah,
see
they
the
need to get up
riots,
out of there. It's
see
not
the
working.
riots, and then still have a justification for it. Oh, it's not going. Let's just leave. Like, people are really suffering.
and
People
The
and
cannot
only thing the
leave the
protest
country.
does, the only thing
Let
that
me say this. Let me say this.
And I'm coming. Let me finish. So the protest you think is very useless, right? But over the couple of a week or two, you've seen ministries come out to come and give, oh, we are clearing this, we've given a waiver for this format,
format, format.
and that is where
Yeah.
I see that, right? People are not inherently clean, like they don't want to do the right thing. You expect that you are put in this position to just do the right thing. They will not do. So you have to be on them, you have to check them. That is why the rules are like, people are just selfish by themselves. And so if you think, oh, we voted for them, and so
Yeah, you would be
you
selfish
think,
too if you are elected into this system. You would be.
so it's a step.
You would be selfish
If
too.
I may,
How it's a step for me, it's a start. At
Kojo.
least people are getting aware of
The
what
only
the
thing
hell
the
is going
protest
on.
does is it gets rid
that
of the current
awareness-
government. That's it. It gets rid of the current government. But a new government comes in and the same thing
It's the
continues.
same thing.
But it's a
if I may,
It's
if I
so
may,
easy.
if I may,
What
if
would
I
you
may,
think? What would you think is a solution to
one,
fixing
one,
the
one,
constitution?
Get
that
out.
is-
one
Get
second.
out.
Get
One-
it
one-
out.
one
It's not gonna
second.
solve it.
Hear me out. Hear me out 1 second. Listening to the arguments for whether or not these demonstrations are necessary and whether solutions are in the way forward. Get out. I don't know about that. Nag. I don't think there are jobs and people are still being mean or being horrible anyways. And anecdotes are interesting, especially in politics. Anecdotes are good, but anecdotes are not a good indicator of anything. Someone would say, do you know how well I have had it in Ghana? Do you know how my businesses are thriving in Ghana? Would that mean that economically Ghana is the best place to invest? And so anecdotes are great. What happened to you? I'm sad. What happened to you? I'm sorry, whatever happened to you happened. But we can't build a nation based on, well, you remember what happened to NAG? If the protests are the beginning of the conversation, sure. And the thing is, where do we go from there? I talk about participation, and I think for me, if anybody is out there who cares about all this, political participation is your only way to get anything. A lot of people forget that politics, at the very essence of it, is the conversation about who is getting what, when, and how. And on Spaces, I say this a lot. A lot of people are ready to jump into the street to demonstrate, but they will not go to one single town hall. They will not go to a district assembly meeting. They will not go to any of the places where the actual meat is being shared, the cake is being shared. Like a lot of Ghanaians are so partisan. They go for NPP youth wing meetings, NDC youth wing meetings every Sunday at 4:30 when the municipality is having their municipal assembly meeting. 30 minutes to time, they would rather skip that and go to their party meetings, right? And so at the end of the day, what conversation Efia is trying to start is people are getting involved, and protests are a form of political participation, but it's a one-off participation. There's a consistent participation. A lot of young people only think, oh, when we say, oh, get involved in the government, it means running for MP. But no, it means being part of these minor things that actually do things. These hospitals you talk about.
Ghana is so centralized. See, you're talking about these low level. I'm telling you, your MCE and your DCs don't impact your life. It's all being done centrally.
So
you think? Let's clarify that again. You're saying the MCEs and the DCEs do not directly impact the citizens' lives.
They don't. Yes. Everything is coming from the party.
How much
Everything is coming from the top.
Let's break it down. How much of government spending in Ghana, not around the world, just in Ghana, how much of government spending goes through the MCEs and the DCEs?
It does, and they share it among the party.
I'm just saying how much.
It's a common fund, right?
I'm just saying
yes. The common fund. They get $1 million every year.
No, it's not
the party.
Government spending, about 60% of the government spending goes to your MCEs and it goes to your MC. relax. It goes to your MCEs and your DCEs because nobody pays attention to that. Everybody's waiting for the government to come fix their roads, the government to go make hospitals better, but the hospital is in a municipality that is run. AY, you worked at the AMA.
Yep.
You know that structurally, the mayor of Accra has certain funds dedicated to them to take care of certain things. Those things are not being done. And people don't even know who their DCEs and MCEs are. People don't care about that. We have this notion that government is so central. So the person sitting in Sunyani wants to go to Accra and protest. When realistically, there are so many levels you're skipping. Where the money, so people are going to Accra while the money is passing them to the MCEs. And the MCEs are the ones embezzling it. Because if people don't even know your name, and people don't even know how to attribute them.
One thing also missing is the MCs and the DCs. They are not. They are
accountable to the people.
They are affiliated to.
They are accountable to the president.
Right.
In 2008, if you are in 2008, Atamos, right? He recommended someone to be elected by the assembly as a DCE, right? You know what they did? They voted against that person, and guess what? The recommendation went back. It went all the way. I think it went up to about 3 times, and they realized that they got no choice. They just got to go vote for the person, right? It doesn't matter if the person is bad and the president likes him, or the party still recommend him to the president. That's who you're gonna get. It doesn't matter, and that's why people always go to the president, because these people are not accountable to us. I'm telling you, Ghana's biggest problem is that
partisanship. We understand, but how the solution is not to step out of the the 30 million Ghanaians cannot leave the Ghana empty and get out
of there.
All right. No, but guys, this is just a foretaste of what the conversation could be when people ask us any question. We just asked your opinion on the protest. Then I think it's been charged enough. I think we would probably let the protest die down now before people come and protest us.
Let me make a submission.
Nag doesn't like it when
not a controversy.
No, he's been trying to make a point. So
yeah, I'm trying to make a point.
Okay.
It's about time the youth have to have full control of themselves. They shouldn't even believe any politician. Since 90s, all the politicians has failed us. Me, as I was growing up, if you give me, like, I never think of like I want to work in the government sector. Never in my thought. I want to work for myself. I want to work and build myself. I will never wait for a politician to employ me or pay money for me to get posted. Never.
But
it's about time.
The government is still the biggest employer in the country.
Like I cannot make you land. I beg you.
If you wait, 1 second. Nag, 1 second. Do you know why Ifya doesn't want you to land? Because she has a response. And if she responds, then you would respond. So then we would keep going on this one. So we'll probably not let you land.
Push back again. Let him
we'll
land.
probably not let you land.
Let him land.
No. Nah, we'll probably not let you land, and then we'll go and land in the rankings of the fantasy table. Like I think that might be
what I was trying to say. What I'm trying to say is this politician. There was one lady. He was standing for a post, and he didn't win. Before she was trying to stand for a post. He bought ambulance car.
Oh yeah, that was in Uganda, right?
He went and take it back.
Yeah, that was in Uganda. That was an interesting story.
So do you mean say he went there for your sake, or he went there to lift you guys?
That lady's shameless, dude. She actually came on Twitter defending that idea. She's shameless.
No, he went there
honestly,
for money.
Man.
You understand me? So these politicians have been failing us. So it's time for us to free from ourselves. So Kojo, you have a job. There's no the president or the politicians are not building jobs for us. You have a job. When you employ somebody, let the person do kakra. Like when you do when you open job and somebody you employ people and they grow the job, you open another branch like a pizza man. You open another branch. You understand me? From one branch to different branch. For example,
not everybody
maybe
can
in
be pizza
Kumasi,
man though.
in Kumasi,
I
maybe
like
we
how
have
you see
only
that
one
not
place.
everybody can do his solution, but you say everybody should go out.
No,
And
no,
then like,
I'm just giving an
now you
example.
see,
Everybody
I'm
can
just,
get out though. Everybody can get out.
I'm just giving
If the
an
rooms
example.
suck, everybody can get out.
No, I'm just giving an
I
example.
think I know, no, Nag, and I agree with your
We should
example,
build
but
ourselves. You
I think
shouldn't
I
rely
think
on these
so.
people. These
I think
people
Song
don't.
is thinking of the country as the podcast that we can all get out of the studio at some point. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, the country doesn't operate like that, and I wouldn't recommend for people to leave their country. It means a lot more. Like you see, and maybe in subsequent conversation we'll talk about this. But the country means a lot more to people than just a place where
Because
they
you're
live.
building yourself,
Right?
it's good.
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely. I agree with that.
It's,
But Nag, you cannot.
it's good.
There should be some conversation to be had. Like, there's a reason we have all these things around us, right? You can't have an economy, you can't issue currency, you can't, enforce the law. You need the government. So to pretend that individual effort can get people from one point to another without
I
any
want to
government,
know how
It won't.
individual efforts are going to make
it wouldn't. If
roads,
yeah,
going to
I'm literally
do
telling
your
him it wouldn't.
The
hospital,
reason
like
why I'm
how?
saying it will because fine. For example, like the example that I'm saying, that maybe in Obuasi there are unemployment there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy taxis, take it for work.
Mm-hmm.
You give me my says. You understand me? The says that I deserve. Later on, I'll buy different car
I
for
swear we
another person.
probably should have
You
started
are
the whole.
looking,
Wait,
you are looking
Effie
we
and
are
Nag,
proving that
so
Effie and Nag, wait.
different.
Effie and Nag,
Nag,
wait. Effie and Nag,
Nag.
wait.
It's
Effie,
like
wait.
somebody's saying that, oh, somebody's complaining the system is not progressing or being shitty, the roads are bad. It's like, oh, that's what this guy came to do. What's his name? Ochame Kwame. I work hard so that I can afford a mechanic because the road is bad. So I don't like that's very, very, very shitty to say. You pay
Your
taxes.
language. Jeez, today you've
My
just been taking
apologies.
privileges.
My apologies.
So the shouting,
Like,
the shouting
When it comes
that
to
you are
politics,
going
it
to
looks like
shout,
all of you
will it
get
solve the
potty mouth.
problem?
Nag,
Is it going to
wait.
solve the
We
problem?
got to
my
politics
my
and you people
How long
apologies.
just.
have you shouted?
But Nag, you building yourself
Forget about
can
politicians and work.
help. I'm coming. You building yourself can help to an extent, right? You can only do better for yourself. You can only provide food on your table. You can only do certain things in your
and free some
capacity.
people from unemployment. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about me myself. When we are in a community, when somebody establish business,
People can have jobs.
I thought
So
I
and
thought you
still
said you
cannot
didn't have a
survive.
pushback.
collapse the job by
Effie, I
stealing
thought you
from
said
me,
you didn't have
from my
pushback.
company. How can the job grow?
Wait,
Use the same person will come on
Nag,
a
one.
demonstration.
That is not
There's
how
no job in the
system
country.
works. No, that is
There's no.
not how governments work. It's not about you, only you, the
You
food you
people
put
are
on
going
your
to kick us from
table.
the studio.
I'm not talking about me.
Wait.
When I'm talking about me, it's you, Kojo, everybody. That's what I'm talking
So
about.
it's
I
you
already
in a
told you they
third
need to
person.
get out.
At this point, they won't let us. They won't let us. Guys, that's chill.
It's 100th episode. I think we can go. I think we can go over a little bit, right?
Let's just chill a little. We'll go over a little bit. I just want the studio to be a bit calm, and let's probably have last words on this because it's a wonderful discussion. Probably we should have started the whole episode and left protesters to protest on the show because it looks like you people got charged after this. We've had a wonderful episode. Some people came here to pull cruise. Glenn was saying that he came here just to protest, catch cruise, and then we're here protesting. But last word on the protest. I know it's going to be very hard to get everybody on the same page, and I know these are topics that are very sensitive. And we talk about the podcast being a social issues podcast, and this protest is a social issue. So maybe one day we devote a topic, an episode to it. But last words on these protests, right? We've heard where everybody stands. Now I want to know from the other side, right? Nag,
Yeah.
I know you don't think the protests are good. What would make it good? Song, aside leaving the country, how else can the youth contribute? And if I know you think the protest is a great thing, but what other things can people do aside protesting, right? What other long term, right?
I know.
I get the whole. If you're saying, oh, it's a way to start, yes, the pickup line is great.
I can
But if
start
you
if
have
you
a
want.
good pickup line and the conversation fails, I don't think you're getting the girl or the boy, right? And so if the protests are just the pickup lines, what are some other more consistent ways we can, and then probably would end the show on that. So Song, you can start. What
Yeah.
other things can
So
people do aside leaving the country? What ways
so
can we?
I was having this conversation with a few close friends, right? And some of them might be listening and be like, "Oh, this guy's bringing it up again." I have a very good solution. This is the first time in the First Republic that we are gonna get this option. So to me, the current status quo is crap. They need to go. Once then people will say, well, if they leave, our only option is the former government, is the former president who we really didn't like. Well, that's all you got. So you're gonna have them. But after he's gone, this is the first time we're gonna hold this MPP and NDC party on the same level. So NDC will not have any viable person we're gonna know. After 4 years, they're not gonna have one. So and MPP will also be, opposition, right? So this is the first time we're gonna be heading into an election where the incumbent or the incumbent party will not really have any advantage, right? As in, when Mahama goes for the 4 years, he's gone. NDC will have to start from scratch, and people will start from scratch. So let's get rid of the status quo. And now when the new candidates come in, we can actually hold some social conversations with them and say, hey, MPP, this is what we got for you. You guys need to tell us what you guys will do for us. We need you to change and come in and make some amendments to the Constitution. NDC, same thing. If you don't come in and you mess up, you're going to go again, because now they will have to look up to us, right, to be able to go for more than 4 years. NDC, I don't think if Mahama comes in, they will have that stronghold to say, well, it's almost like a done deal. We can get, the next 4 years. That's what I think. Get rid of the status quo. And now when you get both of them on the same playing field, right, and say, we need you guys to give us something to change the system. That's it. That is your only way.
Okay. Okay, well, what do you think
About what Tao said?
I asked you your question, so please give me your answer to that question. Yes, it's the process. Protests are the start of the conversation. Give us some more long-lasting solutions you can think about.
So, as you said, there should be more participation, and as time went on, what I realized is that you cannot say you do not really care about politics. It affects you one way or the other. So really understand politics, like especially in the community where you live, and try and get involved. Like the DC, even though I know it's very partisan in Ghana, you try. Like that's the best you can do. You get involved, you let your voice be heard, you try and do something for community. I feel like it's in Ghana, especially when it comes to politics, when it comes to the political system, everybody is like, oh, if it doesn't affect me, I don't care. Until you're on the motorway and then you get an accident, it's like, oh, they should have, you can't fix the motorway, right? There are things that you're supposed to do. You can only, that's what I was telling Nag. To an extent, you can make a lot of money, but still you be affected one way or the other. Like when they talk about, oh, if I have money, the thing, no, get involved and make sure the people that you've elected them to do certain things are actually doing it. I heard recently that now they are trying to get DC MC not by appointment but by election. I think that is
That
a
would be a
great
good
way to
start.
start. I don't know if people will be even willing to even voting. Like it's a huge deal for people. They don't know that what they are doing is actually planning like what will happen to them in the next 3 or 4 years. Like they don't even care what happened in A and B. It may sit on a lot of money and projects. Nobody even cares. Nobody cares because nobody
Yep.
is watching. Everybody is minding their business, trying to grow their money. They feel like trying to grow their business. And you're there in an inflation system with 40% inflation. Every money you get will vanish. You will not be, you can't do anything out of the country. Right. So for me, I feel like that is where you start. Like, learn what is happening around you. Get involved. If you think something is not right, get involved and get like participate. Your DC, if you have to, sometimes it will not even go anywhere, but you they just keep pushing, right? I feel like the more people get together, the stronger their voice will be, or they'll have some sort of power because they are together. But then if everybody is like, oh, I don't care, it doesn't affect me, it's going to be like this forever.
Okay, Nag. Now I'm back to you.
Okay. I think
you remember the question I asked, right?
Yeah. I think as I was explaining, like a lot of people didn't get me right. I'm not saying we shouldn't care. What you have to care is about you and the community that you are living in. You understand me? Fine. The government is not creating jobs for us. The youth are hungry. That same youth, when you employ somebody, oh, Charlie, I have job, come and do it. That same youth, you are not getting job. You will steal from me. So how can my business move on and employ others who do not have work to do? The government, see how I don't trust any government. I don't trust any politician. Politicians, I will never ever in my life trust them. So what we have to do is the community or the society, we have to come together, build ourselves. When someone gives you a job, work hard. Let the person grow the business for the person. The person will, employ the others. The others will get job to do so that you can even feed your family. You understand me? So I'm not saying I don't care about what is going around there. No. The politicians, you shouldn't trust them. And do you know what they are trying to do? Because of they have failed all of us. Do you know what they are trying to do? They are trying to do tribal politics. And they are trying to spoil you, the youth, your mind. That's the thing that they will do.
I think it's good that you're giving us the keys to what the government is doing and how it's going to play
That's
out.
the only thing. They have to get you guys confused. So you shouldn't trust any politician.
Okay.
They will bring sweet word. Nanado has promised us so many things. Ask yourself. Sweet words. Ask yourself, what has he done? What has he done?
Knocked out with sweet words.
What this. What has he done? And you guys still believe in politics?
Okay. Nag, we would end it there. And the belief in politics, I don't think we're going to be able to look at the fantasy teams in episode 100. But, since we're keeping it 100, I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to win that Kasa Podcast Fantasy League.
I think we might as well talk about it.
Are you 13th
No, we're
position?
not. We're not talking about.
You are 13th on the table, and you feel like what?
You've been in worse positions.
Let me show the teams. Let me show the teams and talk about it a little bit if you have some time. If not, we can talk about another time.
Sure. Just in a very brief way, but we'd also get into it a lot more later. So talk to me. What do you have for me?
Okay. Give me 1 second here. Let me grab it.
Look at the points you got today. Please, you're not winning anything.
About 50% of us captained Haaland, and 30% captained Son, and then Salah. Salah was probably the only person that gave us.
I don't think
that gave a return.
I don't think it was showing.
Yeah. So it's not showing.
Now it is. Now you can go ahead.
All right. So let me show them. And then pure vibes. I guess Glenn is the one that is leading right now, and
Mm-hmm.
he's the first in our league. And in terms of worldwide, you,
Mm-hmm.
you think about it, you got about 10 million people playing it. He's
Mm-hmm.
600,000. That's great,
Mm-hmm.
and he still has about 3 chips left. Are looks like he could be the dark horse of the race this season.
And he was
I,
13th at a point.
I know. I watch his team a lot, so
And
he's
the
doing
fear
very
things when
well.
someone is 13th, they can't win. This girl, she plays too
Kwame,
much.
Kwame Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Kwame Chelsea is sitting about little below a million in worldwide, but he's third for us. He was second last game week,
Mm-hmm.
and now
Mm-hmm.
he's third. And then I don't know, is it Peter? Is it your guy Peter?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, yeah,
Jaju is
Peter
my guy.
also, yeah. Peter is fourth, and then I don't know 100 pesos, but
That's my
That's
brother.
Christy. That's his
That's my
brother.
brother.
that's your brother. Okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
sitting at 5 with all your chips is really impressive. Just think about it.
He had a
He had
boom, I think 2 weeks ago. He had a multiple boom.
Was it a
He
guy that
got
had
like
100? Someone had 100
he
points.
had a massive haul. He came from nowhere to just overtake.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he has his wild card chip on. Means he can completely change his team still. So I'm always scared about people like that. I'm always scared of people that can completely still change their team. And he's sitting at fifth, which is great. Yeah, this guy is sitting at sixth, but I think he said he's gonna win. So
Who is sitting at
I
six?
don't
Tao.
Oh,
this
that
guy.
Tao guy.
Yeah, and you have doesn't matter. You have new boy. Is it new boy that I know? PY Radio new boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the new
Okay,
boy.
and then we have Efiaboa. He captain Madison. And then vice captain
Mitoma.
Mitoma. I still want to know what you're thinking through this. I think it was brilliant. It could have worked, and if it worked, she could have been.
It
She should have
actually
been right
worked.
into the
I
top four.
promise
It
it
actually
should have.
worked
I
because
should
Madison did get an assist.
no. I should have
Yeah.
really captained. You know, I captained Salah and I changed to Madison because of the team they were playing. Luton. I was like, I think they can do better with Luton than what Salah would do.
No, I
But
shouldn't have captained Sun because Luton is a low block team, and Sun always struggle with teams like that. So I shouldn't have captained him. But
I
there
didn't
you go.
even think about it like that.
Well, you see, and a song. I know you brought this up to ask if it was she's just winging it. Like
I'm not
half the
winging it.
time,
I'm
half the
not
time
winging
I
it.
am
Stop
there
hating.
reminding her, don't forget to fix your team, don't forget to do this, and then she'll go and do that, and then do inshallah. Like this Madison thing is just pure. She was not looking at the opponent. She's not
No,
looking at
what are
Who
you
did
return.
you
saying?
captain though? Who
If
did you
you
captain?
go,
No, I'm right there. You looked at my team.
you
My
will
captain.
just
Listen, I
Oh, you
captain
big
captain
Son.
energy.
Son
She's
and
captain.
Madison.
Again,
Okay.
so between the two of them, and Tao, you've been doing this a little longer than some people have. But if you had Madison and Son today, if you're using conventional fantasy wisdom, you'd
Mhm.
captain Son, right? But again, that's
Yeah.
where conventions break. All the stats were like Son is your better captain if you're not going with
Yep.
Haaland.
Right.
But look at us now. And so yes, you can be ahead, but the thing is, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And so it's all about maintaining and doing the right things. Like I say, you can't win it now, but you can lose it now.
Yep.
Like just stay in touch. A few weeks ago, AY, like 2 or 3 game weeks ago, I was in the top 1 million. Now I'm 4.3. And so you can see that things will turn around as quickly as they do.
Yeah.
But we would
Okay.
leave the fantasy
Well,
stuff. Mhm.
Yep. You talk about you can lose it now. You know, I don't want to give anybody ideas, but doing stuff like this will definitely make you lose it now.
Doing what?
Taking
Taking
8,
taking
yeah,
8.
taking those hits. Yes,
I hate
that was
taking
definitely
hits. I think this is the first time I've taken hits all season. I've only taken 4 because I got too many injuries. But yeah, don't take hits. Hits are a big killer. Hits are a
Yep.
big fantasy killer. But
Yep.
guys, that's our show, man. We've come to the end of a successful
It's
100th
nice
episode.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Kasa Podcast
Wait on
100.
101.
Yeah.
So
No,
this
this
is
is a
100.
100th episode. This is episode
Exactly.
100. This is exactly
Okay,
episode
okay.
100. And so, yes, thank you so much for joining the show. We thank you. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate all the things you've done to get us to episode 100. We appreciate if you're always coming here looking stunningly gorgeous and slaying for everybody. Song is always here with his punches, and he's always ready to rock and roll. Today, Nag came with a cobra
Cobra,
thing.
cobra,
It,
cobra.
it, it made my episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful episode of the Kasa Podcast. And once again, from us here at the tribe, it's
Bye.
Bye.